Hey everybody, Marky here from Tactical T-Shirts. This is going to go ahead and do a Facebook Live. I'm having some problems with my internet connection down here in the Armory. Okay, it looks like it's working, so let me go ahead and do the intro and we'll roll it in again. Okay, this is Marky from Tactical T-Shirts, and this is episode 9 of the Armory chat, brought to you by Speed Stack, also known as Liquid Crack. That's really not true, but if they would like to sponsor this, I would certainly be down for it because I drink a lot of this stuff, especially before I work out. Okay, doing just a quick kind of hit in and out video. Got a project here that has been hanging over my head for 10 years, and it's Mossberg 590 shotgun, and I've had this gun for, oh god, I'm even embarrassed to even say. Somebody asked on the internet. I posted a picture about this last night. I think I bought this shotgun in 97 or 98, maybe 96. So this gun could be older than a lot of people watching this video. Speaking of old, no, I haven't shaved yet. I'm not shaving yet this week until Friday because I got a big meeting. But anyway, Mossberg 590. Bought this during the middle of the assault weapons ban, and when I first got this gun, it had come. It was all black furniture, standard stock, standard, what do you call that, pine cone style, fore end. And I've always wanted to upgrade it and put a light on it. It's basically a home defense gun. And, I mean, this gun, I'm not a huge shotgun guy. I've used one, but that's not something that I do. I don't shoot shotguns all the time, and I don't normally have reasons for people to break into my home. So I mean, it's a home defense shotgun. That's what it's for. So it's always been on the back of the list, as opposed to like work guns that need to get addressed all the time or dealt with, administered, trained with, broken, serviced. This gun just always kind of fell through the cracks. But one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to put a light on this gun. Now, the main concern with putting a light on a Mossberg shotgun, at least on a 590, is it's got a bayonet lug on it. So it's the, kind of the military, version. Well, Surefire, which was the go-to light company for most weapons lights until probably the last 5 years, they make a fore end for this gun, but the problem is the light extends out, and the only way to put it onto a 590 is to cut your bayonet lug off. And, again, when I got this gun, the bayonet lug was a pretty desirable thing to have. And I never wanted to deal with it. I just wasn't going to cut the bayonet lug off my shotgun. Look, is the bayonet lug needed? No. Is it useful? Nah, not really. I mean, I'm not really a big subscriber of the zombie movies, but back in the 90s and up until 2004, a lot of people said you couldn't have a bayonet lug. And as far as I was concerned, that's good enough reason to keep it. So I never bought into the Surefire light. Well, more than a couple years ago, I was at Working SHOT Show, and I was talking to the guys at Mossberg, and they had told me about a weapon light made by a company called, it's by L3. I think they make the same people that make the EOTech. L3, and they make it's called the Insight. I don't know if Insight's the model or Insight is the brand under the L3 moniker, but it's a lighted fore end for the 500, 590 series of shotguns, and you don't have to cut your bayonet lug off. And again, this was probably 2008 or 2009. I'm not even sure. I'm at SHOT. We're talking about this. I was there for work for something else. And the guys at Mossberg were nice enough to send me this forend for free for work. And I just got to be too busy. It sat around here forever, and I just never even dealt with it. Well, yesterday I got it out of the box, had some time in the Armory, and went ahead and decided to put that on. Now, some of you are probably noticing that it's got a black forend and a tan FDE stock. Well, kind of the same deal. A few years ago at Camp, I think it was Camp Perry. I was talking to Freeze about this. I don't know if it's Camp Perry or whether it was the NRA show in was it Dallas? There was a vendor who was selling Magpul stocks, and he didn't have matching forends, so he was blowing them out. It was just some leftover pieces, and I got this for nothing. I got this for a song, and it's the, I guess someone's going to ask, it's the Magpul SGA stock. So if that's something you're interested in, it's fully adjustable for length of pull, and it comes default this length, kind of short. And let me get this shotgun's kind of running into stuff. I'm probably going to leave it like this. I haven't really, trained with this yet. I just got this together yesterday, but went ahead, threw the stock on, threw the light on, and trying to get used to it. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than the standard, honeycomb, shotgun stock, or shotgun forend, but I'm getting used to it, and it does light up. Now, here's the thing. I mean, this Insight L3 forend, it didn't come with any instructions because Mossberg sent it to me, and I'm not even sure how it works. I know I've been playing with it. I know there is a momentary light, and I know if you hit it twice, it stays on. But somehow, while I was messing with this earlier, it actually strobed, and I don't know how to turn the strobe on. So it has a, if anybody's curious, it's got pressure pads on both sides. So whether you're right or left-handed, or you switch into your weak hand, it's easy to activate the light, which I'm a big fan of. It also has a permanent on-off lever here, so if you decide you want to, maintain light discipline or not have a light negligent discharge, you can kill the light. So that's pretty cool. It's I will admit, having this same shotgun for many years with the standard forend, I'm telling you what, this big thing is kind of an adjustment. But I'm sure I'll get used to it. I'll let you guys know as we shoot it. Freeze is is kind of our resident Mossberg guy, and actually, let me show you guys this. If you're going to change your forend on your shotgun, Freeze gave this. It's borrowed. He loaned it to the Armory. And this, he calls it a spanner wrench for the spanner nut. And how it works is it slides over your mag tube, goes down, and you can unscrew a nut, so your forend just slides right off. And while you could certainly bang on it or grab it with some pliers or some tools, this is super easy, doesn't mar anything, and probably doesn't cost much to acquire one. So this is truly worth your weight in gold. If you are a Mossberg guy and you got a bunch of Mossberg buddies and you're all hanging around each other, and one of you pick up one of these, hold on to it, and just trade it. It would be money well spent. Just something to consider. Somebody on the internet yesterday was inquiring about the side saddle on this gun. This, I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty certain this is not what is considered a high dollar side saddle. I could have put this on 15 years ago. It is actually made by Taxstar Industries of Cottonwood, Arizona. People that are into these guns, I'm sure they've got their favorite whatever side saddle. I put this on. If I ever broke it, I would replace it, but you know, it serves its purpose. And you know, fully loaded 20-inch barrel with the side saddle, 1 round in the tube. I mean, I'm at 15 rounds, 12 gauge. You know, double-aught buck. So I mean, that's a lot of firepower. Now, one of the things that I guess I had to give up is on the old shotgun stock, I kept one of these sleeves on it, and what I would do if I would keep it cruiser ready. So, you know, I would take, if I was ever admitting the gun, take it to cruiser ready, pull the round out, I'd put it on the sleeve on the stock. So I don't really know if this is going to fit on here that well, so I just may have to, you know, live with, you know, losing around on the gun or you know, doing something like that. Now, incidentally, also from my previous career, at SHOT Show a couple years again, another vendor, again through my previous stuff, Vancomp, who is a big custom shotgun shop, they make a safety button for the Mossberg. Now, one of the complaints you'll get on the Mossbergs, people that use them heavy duty, is that this button, under a lot of recoil, if it fails, it may crack, and you basically all you have left is a screw. One of the advantages of the Mossberg over the Remington 870s is the fact that the safety is truly ambidextrous. I mean, you can, for right or left-handed shooters, it's, you know, easy to get to. Well, they had given me a metal safety made by Vancomp. Again, they have no idea who Tactical T-Shirts is or really who I am. And since I've got it, I'm going to probably put it on this gun. Would I go out and buy one of these and put it on? I don't know. I've never known somebody to break one. I've only heard of them breaking. So I'll put this on since I have it. It literally is for free, but I'm not saying I'd go out and spend money on one unless you absolutely had to have it, or you knew somebody that could prove to you that, you know, this thing was an issue and it was going to, you know, break apart. So that's really pretty much it. This is the Mossberg 590. This is a, if I cover this or not, this is a, I know there's a couple different versions. This is, I think, an original when I mean civilian sales, 590. This isn't a 590A1. It's got a parkerized finish, but it doesn't have a metal trigger guard. I'm not concerned about that because that's just something going to add weight. Again, if I were to break it, I would replace it, but you know, I wouldn't dump money into this to for no reason. I mean, just to fiddle with it. Again, I would, you know, I've had this for 20 years. Again, it hasn't been the war and hell and back and everything, but you know, it's not like it's been babied, and I've never had a problem with that, so it's not something I would personally worry about. Also, I guess these guns, this version doesn't have ghost rings. I'm not a big fan of the ghost rings. It's got a brass bead. If anybody can, there you go, brass bead. And I guess the barrel is a little lighter. I think the A1 barrel is probably a thicker barrel, but again, I mean, I'm not planning on stabbing somebody with the bayonet. The barrel is just going to add weight, and I'm just not so sure if, you know, I'm sitting at home, you know, as a civilian in the United States, that I need to spend more money to basically double the cost or whatever, add 30-40% of the cost of the shotgun, and you know, all for the grand deliverance of extra weight. I just don't. I'm not so sure that I even see that as being a good deal. So I mean, just, you know, the followers. Some people replace their followers for you know, low light or no light, or I mean, I certainly, you know, it would be nice if, you know, you get used to being able to reach in and you could, you know, tell the difference between the back of a shotgun shell and a primer and a follower. You know, if you don't want to pay for a safety orange follower, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't just take that out, spray paint it orange, and, you know, make sure it slides in there clean and just kind of just march on down the road. I mean, if that's something you really want to get into, I would paint it, you know, or maybe even score it somehow with something on it, you know, so you could, you know, a little X or some shape or something you can divine with your finger very easily, and, you know, there's the poor man's follower upgrade, and you don't have to, you know, put money into it. So, you know, again, $590. I know that the Mossberg shotguns are not typically considered as robust as a lot of the 870 series shotguns. The thing is, I'm a Mossberg guy. It's what I was trained on. It's what I've carried. It's, you know, what I've always owned. Turns out Freeze, just by coincidence, his entire life in shotguns has been on 500s. He's hunted with them and had them. So we just happen to be kind of a Mossberg shop over here. So, you know, march on with whatever you want. You know, Mossberg 590 and, you know, some simple upgrades. The lighted foreend's a little expensive, I will admit. I didn't have to pay for it. Thank you, Mossberg, for sending it. How many years ago? Sorry, dude. And that's really pretty much it. So, oh, and I'm not going to be doing any more of these for a couple days. We're going to be heading out of town. I got some big meetings up in the district this Friday, which is why I'm not shaving, because those of you that saw me yesterday, I'm going to have to shave on Friday because we have to meet with an architect, and we're going to be discussing the range on the East Coast. So that's it. This is the end of the Armory Chat, episode 9. Just remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Oh, and brought to you by Speed Stack. Everybody, thanks for your time, and have a good day.